class. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I know you have your SWOT plans and analyses and Porter's Five Forces, etc., to get in later today. Some of you have already turned them in. I want to talk a little bit about moving into week 4. And also this week on Wednesday, we have the face-to-face class again. Those of you that can make it should make it. Those of you that can't, I have to schedule a session with you either on Tuesday from 5 o'clock on or Wednesday from 4 to 6 before class. I will not be available this weekend. I'm traveling to Washington, D.C., where our son there is having the 3rd grandchild, which will be our 5th grandchild overall and 4th boy. So we're very excited about that, but I won't be able to meet with you over the weekend. So I will put something in the announcement to that regard. In week 5, we're finally going to start putting our strategic plan together. And here's what we've got. I've got a set of readings, and it's kind of lengthy. There's like 26 pages of readings in here. I think they're really good articles, but the proof is in what you think. 28 pages of articles, and it's pretty dense stuff. There's how to stop short-term thinking in America's companies, and the perils of a bad strategy, and the why, what, and how of management innovation. So the questions are, how are you going to manage your long-term strategic plan with the short-term financial pressures? If your company is underperforming financially, this is going to be even a bigger issue. So imagine a company that's under distress and they need a strat plan, like whoever's doing GE. Think of that. Right now, they're just trying to get their stock price up and stop the bleeding while implementing a strategy at the same time. So you have to take that both into account. And then the second, how do you develop a good strategy versus a bad strategy and avoid these perils here? So you want to keep that in your mind. Is your strategic plan so different or ambitious from the heritage of your company? In other words, let's say you've got to start abandoning one business and maybe moving into another business. How the heck do you do that? Because, you have that organizational inertia that we talked about, or actually the stuck in the mud kind of organizational inertia. How are you going to overcome that? So you need to incorporate this into your plan as well. So that is the readings that will lead to a discussion. The discussion is oddly very close to what we just talked about. In fact, it's the same 3 bullet points. So I want to finish this by Friday because you're going to need this input to write your plan. Seriously. So the first post by Wednesday, prepare the points and proposed actions based on the above. These questions, the same questions that were in the reading, or at least the table of contents part of the reading. As you're preparing your strategic plan, which is this week's assignment, highlight the parts that you believe will be difficult to manage. Let's call these issues to manage. In other words, preparing your plan, issues to manage. We want to highlight those. Next, and I encourage you to do this after you graduate, tap into the people in this class that you liked and bounce things off of them if you can't talk to anybody that you work with. That's what I want you to do for each other. Read each other's issues to manage, give them guidance on how they might handle it based on your experience, your readings, the company that you're looking at, and just basically try to help the other student out. Do this by Friday so we can all use them. So you can use them to do your strategic plan over the weekend. I'll jump in when I can. So that's the assignment. It's 25 points, and it's due by Friday at 10 p.m. But you got to get your initial thing up by Wednesday, and it will help you in your overall assignment for this week anyway. The assignment, you're going to love it or hate it, and I'm not sure which. The assignment is simple. Prepare a draft strategic plan for your company. What could be easier? The hard part is I'm not giving you a form, a format, a word, or a page count. You're on your own, kids. Do what you think you got to do. Structure it however you think it ought to be structured. Google things. Find out how other people do it. Oh, I really like that format. Use that. Gee whiz, this is very complicated. Don't use that one. So that's what to do. And you might want to include your mission and vision in it. You need to base and justify the structure and content of your plan, however, and this is the writing part, off the company financials, in other words, the current situation of the company and industry, your SWOT, your Porter's Five Forces, and other analyses you've done. Assume your audience is the C-level executives of your company and their board of directors or advisory council or whatever they may call it. Prepare it in Word. We're putting our paper together, so you should start putting it together. You should start having the current structure of the company first, your SWOT and Porter analysis after that, your outlined strat plan. We'll get some conclusions later. Probably next week we'll do execution of the strat plan, how you propose to execute it, and mitigate any issues that come up over time, and then a conclusion, and you'll be done. So right now I call it a draft strat plan because as we go over it and review it, you're probably going to want to change it and add to it or subtract from it or whatever the case may be. So we're building up to our final report. This is due Sunday by 10 o'clock. So that's what I've got. In the summary, I'm going to put out an announcement right now saying we have a face-to-face class. Those of you that come face-to-face, I want to go over your SWOT and Porters one-on-one. So if you want to come in earlier, call me, let me know, and we can make an arrangement, do that, get done with it, and then you're free to leave, or you're free to listen to what other people have to say and how they're going to do it. I would prefer, I would put your stuff up on PowerPoint or put it up on a big screen, and then we can talk about it. Maybe other people can listen and learn from it as well, and maybe give some contribution. It's not required, but it would be helpful. If you cannot attend class on Wednesday, you need to get on my schedule for Tuesday from 4 or 5 o'clock on, and Wednesday probably from 4 to 6-ish. So I take back my offer to meet with face-to-face people earlier on Wednesday. But if there's no one calling in to meet with me on Wednesday, I'm happy to meet with face-to-face people earlier, but we won't know that until Wednesday afternoon probably. All right? Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's something you watch. This is getting exciting. I can't believe it's already week 4. And enjoy the rest of the weekend. Talk to you soon.